topic, as I have told you, in our previous class, we have just been going with the topic about the chemical kinetics, right? We have just introduced the topic chemical kinetics, and moreover, we have also understood that after going through some chemical reactions, through some law of mass action, we have also got that some of the time, whenever we make a reaction, suppose this is A plus B, and it is making your product C plus T, then the rate constant says to you that this could be equal to it or not. Okay, but anyhow, let's move to the point of today's topic is order. What order tells us? Order tells us that order is the sum of the chemical exponents, I would like to say, raised to the power of concentration of reactants, right? That means it wants to tell us that order is equal to A plus B. The sum of the exponents, or we can say the power by which is raised to the concentration of the reactant, this is known to be order. Okay. Now the point here is the order is something very hilarious. The best point of order is it could be either zero, it could be either positive, it could be either fraction also. Order can be 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, and even also in fraction like 1 by 2, 3 by 2, and many more. So from this particular line, I have told you that order can be the 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. We can say that order is something which is experimental in nature. Order is something which is experimental in nature. That means we are just determining it experimentally, that particular chemical reaction, this A and this B, we are getting connected, this we are adding them. Okay. Now let's see a few examples of the order. For example, if I'm taking example of order of zero reaction of zero order. Suppose I'm saying that ammonia is getting reduced to N2 plus 3H2 at very high pressure on platinum metal. Okay. Now, the order of this reaction is 0. That means the concentration, the ammonia is taken as 0. इसका मतलब क्या है? इस लाइन का मतलब क्या है? It just want to tell us that my reaction is independent of the concentration of reactant, right? It tells us that the reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactant. Same as it is, we can take example of first order, we can take example of second order, of fraction also. For example, if I'm taking 2HI, this is getting reduced to H2 plus I2. In this case, my rate is equal to AHI 3 by 2. Right? So, but say I just tell you that you have to remember a few examples of zero order, first order, or even a fraction. Just a few examples, 1 to 3 examples. Suppose if I'm talking about the zero order ammonia, you have to remember the ammonia concentration is not dependent upon the reaction. The order would be 0. Okay. Now let's leave the point. Point here, my to study is the question for your board exam would become, you have given a particular reaction and you have to give the order. For example, I'm taking a simple example. Let's see. For example, you have been given a reaction. And you have to calculate the order. What is the formula of order? I have just told you, you have to just add the 2 points. That means 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 1. The order of reaction is 1. Same as it is if I'm taking another example, this is the order is equal to 1 by 2. Clear with this? So this was all I wanted to explain to you, that the order can be determined experimentally. Order can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 1 by 2, 3 by 2, and so on. But if you have given the rate law, if you have given the equation of the rate constant, you can easily calculate order just by adding the exponent, just by adding the power of the concentration of the reactant. Am I clear or not, Bache? Okay, so this was all I wanted to describe about order. But let's see how we can explain the order with the help of rate constant. Okay, let's take another example. I just want to give you. Okay. As I have told you, my rate is equal to K A X B Y, or it could be A B alpha beta N. Now the point here is, if I have to calculate the unit of K, that is rate constant, I can say it could be like this. Now the point here is, as we know already, that the rate, the unit of rate is concentration per unit time, 1 by concentration. Now I have told you that we cannot suggest the xy, we cannot calculate the xy by this our own. This is already given to you experimental. So by this method, I can say, suppose the concentration of reactant is taken as n. That means order could be either 1, 2, 3, 0, anything. So we can easily calculate K is equal to concentration to the power 1 minus n time per time. That means this is 1. This is at the n. It would be go up. That would be 1 minus n per time. This is a general formula for calculating the unit of the rate constant. Okay, and this is very important. This is very crucial, because on the basis of this unit, we can easily calculate the order. For example, if I had to calculate the order of zero reaction, reaction of zero order, the K would be n is equal to 0 over here. That means concentration per time. Concentration means mole per liter per second. This is the unit of zero reaction. Same as it is if I want to calculate the reaction rate for first order. I'm just writing it very simple. Because n is equal to 1 over here, that means this completely equals to 0 per second. Same as it is, you can calculate for second order, for third order. Okay. Now the point is, how do you get the question in your board exam? How do you get the concept about this particular question, that we have to calculate the order? Or by the help of unit, we can calculate the order. We can tell about the order. For example, a question has been given in your NCERT textbook. The question is given that we have the reaction order K, so reaction rate constant, that is 2.3 into 10 raised to power minus 5 liter per mole per second, and you have to calculate the order. Now, please describe me, how can you describe the order? But as I have told you, you have to just remember this general formula. We will put our equation in this general formula, and we will see how is it possible to calculate the order. Now, if I use n is equal to 0, it would be mole per liter per second. But my answer is given liter per mole per second. That means not possible. If I'm taking my first order, that means n equals to 1, it would be per second, but my answer is given something else, so it's not possible. But if I put for the second order, that means 1 minus 2 per second. That means mole per liter to the power -1 per second. और -1 का मतलब क्या है भाई? Liter -1, that would be equals to liter per mole per second. That means second order. So the answer of this equation is the reaction is of my second order. Am I clear, bache? I'm just trying to tell you that on order there can be two different type of questions. First is we have to calculate the order. The reaction would be given to you, the rate equation would be given to you, and we have to just add the the power or the exponent of the active mass or the concentration of the reaction. First point. Second point, I'm telling you, on the basis of unit, of rate constant, we have to remember this general formula, concentration to the power 1 minus n per time. जो भी हमें order दिया है, either it is 0, 1, 2, we will put that value in the place of n, and we can easily calculate the different type of units for the case. And on the basis of that, we can describe this is my second order, this is my first order, this is my third order. Okay, these are very important questions only for 1 to 2 marks in your board exam. Clear? Not only board exam, but for competitive exam also. This is very simple and very scoring question for you because that's too simple. Okay. All right. Now let's move to the next point. But before going to the next point, I just want to tell you something about types of chemical reaction. Acha, ek baat ho. But I have told you about the zero order, about the first order, about the second order, and I have described to you that each order that we are calculating that can be only taken experimentally. We cannot just see it, we just cannot check it out and we can calculate its order. That would be given to you by an experiment. So you have to remember. For example, I have given you example of zero order, that means ammonia, which was getting reduced to N2 plus 3H. Now the point is, if I'm taking example of zero order reaction, that means I would like to say to the power 0. That means there is no effect of the concentration of the reactant on the order. Okay. Now, what does it mean and how is it even possible? If I have taken example of platinum and ammonia, what happens? Ammonia gets saturated on the platinum metal. That means ammonia just gets embedded on the platinum metal, and it would, stop more ammonia to come on platinum, and the reaction would take place within a second, within a fraction of second. So that means there would be no concentration of ammonia would be placed on the platinum metal. There would be no chances further to take place a reaction. Of the order and different order, first order, second order, and many more. Okay. Now I just want to describe you that before going to the topic molecularity, I want to tell you about the types of chemical reactions. Okay, as you have seen till now, you have got the point that order is something which we cannot determine by a balanced equation. For example, I'm saying my ammonia is getting reduced in this way. That means the order should be, from this equation, we can say it could be 2, it could be 1, 3, anything with the help of reactant or product. But that's not possible. Order has come according to experiment. So before going to molecularity, which would more elaborate your concept, I would like to say that there are two types of chemical reaction. First one is simple reaction, or we would like to say elementary reaction. and second one is complex reaction. Many reactions which we have seen, they were just simple reactions, just elementary reaction which takes place in a single step. So I would like to say any type of reaction which takes place in a single step, that is known to be elementary reaction. But what would happen if my reaction is taking place in many steps? Reaction taking place in more than one step is known to be complex reaction, right? A simple example of sodium, that is reacting with chlorine to make sodium chloride. That is sodium plus chlorine in sodium chloride. This seems to be very simple reaction, but in actual what's happening over here, first my sodium is getting converted to, sodium will become gas, and then it would react to make Na positive. Then my chlorine, it would make to half Cl2. This Na positive plus half Cl2 would react to make to NaCl. So in short, this reaction is taking place in multiple steps. That particular reaction which takes place more than one step is known to be complex reaction. Okay. Now the twist over here is, for the order, we will see the slowest step. The slowest step for any reaction is known to be rate determining step. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है अभी? Because the slowest step would tell us how much time is taking place to complete the reaction, how much time it consumes to complete a reaction. That means my rate would be totally dependent upon the slowest step. So if we are taking a complex reaction, we are showing that it has more than 4 to 5 steps. So this is first step, this is second step, this is third step, this is fourth step. We will see which among them is the slowest step. And you do not have to worry, they would be given an idea. They would be told you that this one is your slowest step, and that would be rate determining step. And hence, for multiple reaction, we will just see the rate determining step and by which we can determine the order. Am I clear? मेरी बात क्लियर हुई है? अगर मुझे एक सिंपल रिएक्शन दी हुई है और मुझे उसका रिएक्शन रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन दिया हुआ है, we can easily complete our order by just adding the exponent or the power of the concentration. But if we have been given more than 4 to 5 steps and there would be written in a bracket, this is my slowest step, then I would calculate its order. Suppose it is given as 1, hence order is 1 because this is the slowest step. Clear, bachche? This was all I wanted to tell you about the topic. Now, as we have done about the order, we are going to move with the next topic, that is molecularity of reaction. Let's see what is molecularity. Okay. Now, in order, I have told you that this is something which explains us about the experimental way. This is something which tells us about the power which is getting reacted. We're adding them and so on and so on. But what's happening if we are given a reaction and the number of molecules which are getting collide with each other to give a reaction, that is known to be molecularity. What I'm saying that molecularity is defined as number of molecules which are colliding with each other to give a is known as molecularity. Okay, so it has many types. For example, unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular, and many more, right? For example, I have given, suppose I'm saying, okay, I have just remembered this particular example in my mind. The reaction is not balanced. Suppose this is given as, let me check completely, otherwise it will be wrong to give an example. Yes, I have a very simple example, that is O2F2, that means fluorine oxide. This is getting decomposed into O2 and F2. Now, since there is only a single molecule which is getting decomposed to give you two different type of products, this reaction is known to be unimolecular, or we can say the molecularity for this reaction is 1. Same as it is, if I'm taking example of bimolecular, I'm saying 2 moles of ammonia are getting decomposed to make N2 plus CH2. That means ammonia plus ammonia. These two molecules are getting collide with each other so that they would make different type of products. Hence, the reaction is said to be bimolecular. And the last but not the least, let's take a simple example of trimolecule. That is 2 moles of NO plus O2. This would give you 2 NO2. That means 2 and 1 total 3 molecules are colliding with each other so that they would combine with each other, they would break their bond, and they would finally make a new product is known to be trimolecule. Am I clear, Bache? This was all about the molecularity. Now the point here is, I have told you in the case of order, that order we can easily calculate with the help of a simple reaction, that means elementary reaction, as well as complex reaction. और मैंने आपको ये भी बताया था, in case of complex reaction, order we take the slowest step, but for complex reaction, molecularity has no meaning. Molecularity has no meaning. That means we can only calculate molecularity for simple reaction. For simple reaction or elementary reaction. So from this point, I can easily say my molecularity is the theoretical concept rather than the order. Order was totally experimental now, but molecularity is something which is theoretical concept, which we can just see the chemical reaction and we tell, yes, this is my molecularity. For example, I have taken example of manganese. Okay, so this was I wanted to describe you about the molecularity. The first point is number of colliding with each other, so they are breaking the bond, they are making new bond to get a product, is known to be molecularity. For complex reaction, molecularity has no meaning. We can calculate molecularity only for elementary reaction. And last but not the least, this is totally a theoretical concept. Am I clear with it? Okay. Before going to another point, I just want to explain you one last point. That is molecularity of higher, more than 3 is very rare. I'm just saying reaction with molecularity more than 3 is very rare. Why is it so? Let's check out a very simple concept. Reaction with molecularity more than 3 is rare. और ऐसा क्यों हो सकता है? Because the probability of colliding molecules more than 3 is less. What does it mean? It means if I have taken a space, if reaction is taking place in a complete universe, in a complete space, and there are more than 3 molecules, and suppose there are 10 molecules which are, moving, these 10 molecules are moving in the space and they're trying to collide with each other to make a reaction. That would be very impossible that all 10 molecules are colliding with each other to make a product. Okay, there would be chances that only 2 molecules, 3 molecules are colliding with each other, 4 molecules are colliding with each other, but more than 3, more than 4, the chances of collision is very rare, and hence molecularity for the reaction with higher rate is also very low. Okay, so this was the concept. In tomorrow's class, we will see how we can differentiate the order and the molecularity on the basis of these concepts. I hope you have understood. You can also do it by yourself. What are the differences between order and molecularity? But still, in previous 5 minutes, starting 5 minutes, we will just see between order. Yeah. This was all, students. I wanted to explain you about order and molecularity in today's class. Please let me know if there is any kind of doubt or query regarding this topic.
Ma'am, molecularity is possible in fractional also?
No, बच्चे, molecularity is not possible in fraction also. बच्चे, tell me one thing. Tell me one thing, बच्चे. Is it possible that this is a molecule and this is another molecule? Only a small part of this molecule is colliding with each other, or we can say molecules are colliding in the fraction. ऐसा तो possible ही नहीं है ना? Molecules are in whole number only then they are colliding. That one molecule is colliding with another molecule. Okay, so molecularity cannot be fraction and molecularity cannot be zero also. Or fractional. It is only a whole number, except rather than the order, because order can be zero also, order can be fractional also. Okay, क्योंकि ऐसा तो possible ही नहीं है बच्चे. अगर मैं zero की बात करूँ, that means molecules are not colliding. What does it mean, na? Zero molecularity means molecules are not colliding with each other, so the reaction would not take place. Okay, बच्चे?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Any other doubt?